The year was 2007, and I just rented this new game from Blockbuster. The main menu screen has a beautiful planetscape showing Earth and the moon. I create my character, his backstory, and I enter the world. I didn't know at the time that I would be playing through one of my favorite game franchises of all time. One of my favorite parts was not the characters, story, or combat, but the music. This is the music of the Mass Effect series. I'm going to focus on how the music creates different moods and emotions, and how it reflects the themes and characters of the games. I'll also share some of my personal favorite tracks and moments from the series. So without further ado, let's dive into it. The first Mass Effect game was released in 2007, and it introduced us to the vast and rich world of the Mass Effect lore. The music of the game was composed by Sam Hulick, Jack Wall, Richard Jacques, and David Cates, and it was heavily influenced by the synth-heavy and ambient style of the 80s sci-fi movies, such as Blade Runner and Dune. The music of Mass Effect 1 is mostly electronic and atmospheric, creating a sense of wonder and exploration, as well as tension and danger. The main theme of the game, Mass Effect theme, is a perfect example of this. It starts with a mysterious and ethereal synth ambiance, followed by a pulsing bass line, giving it a future tech feel, and then a heroic, champion-level brass section, setting the tone for the epic, starfaring adventure that awaits us. The theme also incorporates the iconic Mass Effect sound, a distinctive electronic sound that is used throughout the series to signify important events and choices. By the way, side note, the other Mass Effect sound played in all the marketing is the sound of the Reapers, and Sovereign is just a bear-proof garbage can lid from Canada. I don't know, that is such a cool little tidbit from Mass Effect that is all over the place, and it's just so iconic. One of the most memorable tracks from Mass Effect 1 is Vigil, which plays during the prologue and the epilogue of the game. It is a simple but beautiful piano piece, accompanied by a soft synth pad and a gentle choir. It conveys a sense of nostalgia and hope, as well as a connection to the ancient and mysterious race of the Protheans, whose legacy is central to the plot of the game. The track is named after Vigil, the Prothean AI that guides us through the secrets of the Citadel and the Reaper threat. My personal favorite track from this game has got to be Love Theme. The sense of impending doom and desperation in it that fuels the love scene is so captivating to me that I even spent weeks learning how to play the song on my keyboard. Hey, it was the summer, alright? I didn't have anything else to do. With a reverbed kick drum starting off the song, it is just so lovely and sad. It fits perfectly with the theme of not knowing what lies ahead, but in that moment, it doesn't matter. There's a huge galaxy, and all that matters is right in front of those two characters at that exact moment. Absolutely beautiful. Another track that stands out in Mass Effect 1 is Uncharted Worlds, which plays whenever we explore the galaxy map and travel to different planets. It is a catchy and upbeat synth track with a catchy melody and a driving rhythm. It captures the excitement and curiosity of discovering new worlds and civilizations, as well as the freedom and flexibility of the gameplay. The track also has a subtle variation depending on which cluster we are in, adding some diversity and flavor to the music. I could get lost traveling the stars for hours while listening to this entrancing song over and over again. What a wonderful addition to the universe that is mostly meant to be heard but not listened to in the background. With this, they set the tone for what the Mass Effect series was going to be moving forward, but that wasn't always going to be the case. The second Mass Effect game was released in 2010. Everything is darker and more gritty than the first one, which was more clean and futuristic. We were going to the outskirts of the galaxy, the criminal underbelly of the universe. The music had to match. The music was composed by Jack Wall, Sam Hollick, David Cates, Jimmy Henson, and Brian D. Domenico, and it was influenced by the orchestral and hybrid style of the modern action movies, such as The Dark Knight and Inception, which were composed by Hans Zimmer. Many movies were taking this cue as well, Tron Legacy being another one of my favorites from the time, with Daft Punk even quoted to say that Hans Zimmer is a huge inspiration on that soundtrack. This went perfectly with the new game style that the studio at BioWare was going for, more action-packed, third-person shooter. The music of Mass Effect 2 is more dynamic and cinematic, creating a sense of urgency and drama, as well as a deeper emotional impact. The main theme of the game, the Elusive Man, is a good example of this. It starts with a sinister and ominous synth motif, followed by a powerful and dramatic orchestral section, featuring strings, brass, percussion, and choir. The theme represents the mysterious and manipulative character of the Elusive Man, the leader of the pro-human organization Cerberus, who recruits us to stop the Collectors, a mysterious race that is abducting human colonies. One of the most memorable tracks from Mass Effect 2 is Suicide Mission, which plays at the main title screen and during the final mission of the game. I remember getting home from the midnight release at my local GameStop, firing this game up and just sitting at the main menu screen. Almost in tears, this song hyped me up for another epic experience that I was going to go through. Playing off of the Elusive Man track, it is a thrilling and epic song with a fast-paced and intense orchestral arrangement, featuring a soaring melody and pulsing rhythm, and a massive choir. It conveys a sense of heroism and sacrifice, as well as a high-stakes and high-risk situation where every decision and action matters. The track also has different variations depending on the outcome of the final mission, adding some emotional weight and consequences to the music. Another track that stands out from Mass Effect 2 is The Normandy Reborn, which plays when you first see the new and improved version of your ship, the Normandy SR2. After it was destroyed by the Collectors at the beginning of the game, it is a triumphant and uplifting track, with a majestic and grand orchestral arrangement featuring a reprise of the Mass Effect theme and the Normandy theme from the first game. It conveys a sense of awe and pride, as well as a connection to our past and our future. Another amazing part of the game was its cast of characters. The amount of characters you recruit for this mission is much larger than the first, and they all have a unique personality that goes along with them, and their own amazingly interesting stories and background. With that, they each have their own theme within the soundtrack, as they are a main part of the game. Each track has a completely different feeling, with Grunt and Tali being some of my favorites, due to their synth lines. We are also treated to a new version of Uncharted Worlds from the first game called New Worlds. It wouldn't be the same staring at star maps if we didn't have something this entrancing while doing so. It is a subtle variation of the classic track, but a welcome one nonetheless. Near the end of the track, it adds that new, darker skin of Mass Effect 2 with some bassier, darker synth string notes. After the suicide mission, I remember the conversation being that the fan base wanted a more return to form, a return closer to the first game. And with that, BioWare obliged with the final Mass Effect game. But they also introduced something new, a totally different feeling. The third and final Mass Effect game was released in 2012. And it concluded the epic saga of the Mass Effect series. I don't know what Andromeda is, but I may play it someday. Let me know down in the comments if it's worth playing. The music of the game was composed by Clint Mansell, Sam Hollock, Christopher Lennertz, Sasha Dissisian, and Chris Velasco, with Jack Wall not returning. I do believe he went on to compose Call of Duty Black Ops 2 though, which would fit his character. This third soundtrack was influenced by the emotional and minimalist style of the contemporary classical music, such as the works of Max Richter and Johan Johansson, leaving the action music behind, which makes sense why Jack Wall didn't return. The music of Mass Effect 3 is more somber and melancholic, creating a sense of loss and despair, as well as hope and determination. The Reapers are here, and they are laying waste to the entire galaxy. And for us, Earth, home. The main theme of the game, Leaving Earth, is a great example of this new tone they're going for. It starts with a haunting and sorrowful piano melody, followed by a subtle and sparse orchestral section featuring strings, brass, and percussion. The theme represents the devastating invasion of the Reapers, the ancient and powerful machines that are hell-bent on wiping out all organic life in the galaxy. It is played while we are leaving Toronto, and we follow a young boy. Although I still believe in indoctrination theory, please watch this video and you will be indoctrinated as well. It truly gives us the feeling that we are the final hope of the galaxy. I remember again staying up very late and tearing up to this track. I swear to God, I'm Kevin Smith when it comes to these games. It's up to us. It's up to you. And then the title screen comes up at the end. And the final note hangs in empty space. A lot of the music in this game are more callbacks to the first game. I do believe this was a good balance between the RPG play and clean futuristic tones of the first game, with the gritty, dark action of the second. There are some action tracks, of course, for combat, but the lighter synths and more heroic tone is back for this final installment. One good example of this is Rannoch. which has the synth that we have gotten used to from the first game. Also, the view of Palaven has these synths as well, but very big and heavy drums for the warlike Turian race as we come to their aid on their home planet. Well, the moon of it. Just give me planetscapes all the time and I'll love anything you do. Another track that stands out from Mass Effect 3 is I Was Lost Without You, which plays during the romance scene with our love interest, if we have one. It is a romantic track with a soft and sweet piano and string arrangement, featuring a new and original melody. It conveys a sense of love and intimacy, as well as relief and comfort in the midst of the chaos and war. This is a different take than the other games' love scene tracks, which have a sense of doom to me. This one's more tender and purely scaled down. The strings give it also a whimsical feeling, with some background synths creeping in at the very end as well. One of the most memorable tracks from Mass Effect 3 is An End Once and For All, which plays during the final choice of the game, where we decide the fate of the galaxy and the Reapers. It is a beautiful and emotional track with a slow and gentle piano and string arrangement, featuring a reprise of the Vigil theme from the first game. It conveys a sense of closure and resolution, as well as a reflection and gratitude for the journey and the companions we have made along the way. Flashbacks to different characters as you make your way down your final decision and you see your Shepard face their fate and the galaxy react to it. The track also has different variations depending on the choice we make, adding some nuance and diversity to the music. The piano is truly an emotional instrument, but it is played here with a sense of recollection and nostalgia. Notes hang in the reverb as you reflect on the experiences that you have had with this game for years. Endless playthroughs, theories, stories, conversations, and then the music ramps up. The fire is coming. Something is building. Mass Effect is an amazing story, with full, well-rounded characters, and I am very glad that they came out with the Legendary Edition, which gives a new life to this now older franchise. I'm not sure how the numbers were for that, but I hope the younger generation has given the story and franchise a shot, because it is well worth the time investment. I hope the best for the next Mass Effect game. The teaser trailer seems to confirm the Destroy ending from Mass Effect 3, and I can't wait to see what these characters will do with the continuation of the universe. I hope they put as much thought and care as possible into it, because for us fans, this franchise and these characters really mean a lot to us. Years of theories and discourse, conversations, videos, analyses. The fandom is very hyped for this new title, and we can't wait to spend more time in it.
You were born to do this.
And that's it for me at Nerddom. If you liked the video, please feel free to subscribe for more. Also, hit that like button, it really does help us out here. Let me know your favorite songs from the Mass Effect series, and if you want more Mass Effect thoughts, as I have many. Thanks again, and have a great day.